Welcome to our learning module, Conflict Management for Supervisors. This training is for company supervisors. We hope that this training can help you diagnose workplace conflict, identify styles in conflict management, demonstrate skills in conflict resolution, and apply and enhance interpersonal skills.
Before we start, please ensure you are ready for this training. Are you in a good mood? And what is the goals of this training for you? Let's get started.
This training, we will learn about defining workplace conflict, conflict resolution, mediation, arbitration, and application. The first session is about defining workplace conflict and conflict management styles. There are three different types of conflict management styles: traditional, interactionalist, and human relations conflict. Jessica, Simon, and Crystal are managers in a luxury store. Let's see how to apply this viewpoint in them.
A traditional view is when conflict is seen as a negative and disruptive type of organizational behavior. Individuals view conflict as destructive and will avoid it at all costs. Jessica has been employed within this store for years. She have overcome many job-related problems with her traditional viewpoints. She will try to not reprimand an employee and have conflict arise. She prefers to try to solve the problems herself. Overall, under traditional conflict viewpoint, no conflict is acknowledged. While the traditional view relates the conflict with destruction and negative impacts and tries to ensure the removal of conflict, human relations will acknowledge the existence of conflict in an organization. They think conflict is inevitable and natural and has the potential to have positive impact on the performance of an organization. Crystal holds human relations view. She accepts the conflict and tries to manage it effectively. She doesn't want to suppress or eliminate conflict. She does not allow the conflict to increase more than a certain level, and they should not leave the conflict unresolved. This may lead toward decrease in performance.
According to interactionalist view, conflict is mandatory for an organization's better performance. It helps to cope with changes in a better way. Its rationale is that no conflict, an organization may become non-responsive to needs for change and improvement. Simon holds interactionalist view. He thinks that conflict between employees and customers help employees resolve their problems, and he believes that conflict can boost the competition and thus increase in productivity. Now it's quiz time. Question 1. The answer is A. Interactionists think conflict can help organizations to cope with changes in a better way. Question 2 is about reflection on yourself.
Now let's move on to conflict resolution.
There are 5 different types of management styles: avoidance, accommodation, collaboration, competition, and compromise.
Let's see how can we choose our conflict management style with a case study. Nightbed Company is going to pronounce its new product called KK Bear. The company assigned Edward and Daniel to promote the KK Bear, but they have different ideas and conflict on how to promote. Edward preferred direct mail while Daniel preferred to use social media branding. They have dispute and see how they can resolve their disagreement to best promote the product line with different management styles. A common way of dealing with conflict, especially for those who don't like it, is to avoid it. If the parties in our conflict scenario choose the avoidance conflict management styles, they will simply attempt to ignore the disagreement. Perhaps Daniel doesn't like the hassle of dealing with challenge and difficulty of negotiation, and Edward might be unassertive and afraid to hurt Daniel's feelings by not accepting his idea. Another option for solving their conflict is to accommodate, whereby one party tries to end the conflict by giving in to the wishes of others. Edward could decide to accommodate Daniel because he has little interest in which promotional campaign they will eventually implement. Perhaps Edward is new to the marketing department and does not want to appear like he is not a team player in Daniel's eyes. Those with high need for approval tend to accommodate more. Beyond seeking approval, it also says to our party that you are reasonable persons and you are willing to bend on your own positions. Perhaps you have realized that you are wrong, and rather than clinging on your position, you show humility and admit your faults. One, one conflict management style that can be especially damaging is competition, which occurs when the objective is to win and to make the other lose, no matter the expense. If Edward or Daniel has little concern for the other party, they may compete. Competition is mostly about the power or the ability to influence the other party to accept their view or point as the best position. While both parties in this scenario are looking to see their idea implemented, only one of them can walk away satisfied if a competition style is used.
Because Edward and Daniel both care about the end result of this conflict, a compromise may be needed. A compromise management style attempts to resolve a conflict by finding the middle ground. This is a lose-lose strategy because each party has to lose something. They have to sacrifice something they want. Compromise is about give and take, where you win and lose simultaneously. Collaborating managers become partners or pair up with each other to achieve both of their goals. Edward and Daniel will work together. This is how managers seek win-win situations. This would be effective for complex scenarios.
Now it's quiz time. Answer the following question to test your understanding. The answer is A. We have talked about who prefer accommodation.
The following is a summary of this session. If you are competing, if you are collaborating, if you are accommodating or avoiding, if you are compromising.
Let's move on to mediation and arbitration. They're third-party intervention in organizations.
Have you heard of mediation? Mediation is a way to help parties to solve conflicts. Mediation is directed by mediator who listens and asks questions and help each other to solve questions. Let's roleplay as a mediator. Coco and Gray are now working in a group project. They have a dispute recently, and you are the leader of the group and you find that their relationship is strange. Consider how you will deal with this situation. Have you learned anything from this activity? Can you see the benefit of mediation? Let's debrief. We're going to watch a video about arbitration. When you watch the video, think about the following questions.
Going to court to settle a divorce or a business dispute can take years and thousands of dollars. Arbitrators, mediators, and conciliators offer an alternative approach. They are trained to help resolve disagreements, improve communication, and strengthen relationships through procedures that are far less formal than a court trial. With arbitration, each side must first agree to be bound by the decision reached by the arbitrator. In some cases, there may be more than one arbitrator. Just like in court, each party gets to tell their side of the story.
But I want the car fixed. I want it to run. That's what I want.
This may involve calling in witnesses and presenting evidence. The arbitrator listens, takes notes, and asks questions. When both sides have presented their case, it's up to the arbitrator to decide what would be the fairest resolution to the conflict. The arbitrator's ruling is usually final. With mediation and conciliation, the idea is to try to get the conflicting sides to solve their problems through the help of a third party. Mediators and conciliators encourage both sides to discuss the issues and try to arrive at a mutually acceptable agreement.
What about these other issues up here?
Most discussions with arbitrators, mediators, and conciliators are kept confidential. Arbitrators, mediators, and conciliators may be lawyers, but they don't have to be. Some have studied conflict management and dispute resolution in college or graduate school. Some are business people with experience in the matter being disputed. Some have been trained by mediation centers or training institutes. But all arbitrators and mediators must be impartial, with no personal stake in the outcome. Since they're often dealing with tense situations, they need to have even tempers, patience, and good negotiating skills.
Please, hold on a second.
If they do their job well, they can help people resolve their differences without the expense and distress of a battle in court.
The following are the answers for the questions. You can also think about another answers to these questions. If the last session is about application, we go to conflict in the workplace. We will start with the activity of tug of war. Please read the following situations. How would you deal with them as an enemy and as a friend?
Read the following situation and explain how you deal with each.
However, real-life situations are not like a tug of war. It involves you and me working together to solve a common problem. It's difficult to fight fair when we are both angry, but there are rules that we can learn to fight fair in a real-life conflict. By learning these rules, we are capable conflict solvers and more caring people. After learning the rules, solve the following conflicts first fairly and then unfairly.
We have finished all our training session. Now let's do the post-training test to ensure that you have learned something from this training. Finish the test and earn 5 credit. Let's start.
Question 1. The answer is A. Jessica doesn't want the conflict arise. Question 2. Choose true and false about this statement. This statement is false. Judy prefers to accommodate when solving conflicts.
Question 3. There are many benefits. One of them is faster and cheaper than going to the court. Have you improved after this training?
In this training, we have learned 3 conflict viewpoints, 5 conflict management styles, mediation and arbitration, and also job-related application. If you have any question, you can email groupc@training.com. Don't forget to share your training results with your supervisors.
Thank you for joining us.